So okay. So okay. So next, what we are talking about is, so after the template view, so next we'll talk about another view, and that is list view. Okay, now these are generic view classes. In generic view classes, you have so many generic view classes, and within that, so there is one view class called list view here, and list view is used for generating. Okay, so list view. So list view is a generic view class. It is a generic. It is not a base class here. List view is a generic view class. It is a generic view class, and we are using this list view. Okay, for reading the content of model and rendering into what template. So generally, if you want to read the content of model and render into a template, so you need to write some code. As I know, these are to avoid code redundancy. Means instead of writing the same code again and again, the code is written once and used how many times? Number of times. For example, in application development, you may generate a list. Means, for example, you may read the data from employees. You may read the data from customers. Okay. You may read the data from which one? Suppliers, right? You may read the data from different models. Like you may read the data from employee model, customers model, and one more is what? Suppliers model. But to read the data, you need to write the query employee.objects.all. To read the data from customers, you need to say customers.objects.all. And if you want to read the data from suppliers, you're saying suppliers.objects. What is it? All. Means you're trying to read the data from different models. And this data you render into what? Template. This data you render into template and send as a part of response. But here the code is what here? Same. The code is same. Only which one is changed? The code is same, but only which one is changed? Model is changed. Then you don't require to write this code again and again. Instead of writing this code again and again, you just inherit which class? List view class, and just define the model name. Define the model name and then define the template name. Define the model name and define what? Template name. So that you can avoid writing the same code again and again, right? So list view, okay, list view is a generic view class for reading the content of model. Sorry, for reading the content of model and rendering into what here? Template. Okay. So it is a generic view class. It is a generic view class. Okay. It is a generic view class here. It is a generic view class, and you can find in generics. So this is a list view, Django, right? So you can see this is a list view. It's a generic view class. Generic class-based generic view used to display a list of objects from database model, automatically handling data retrieval and template rendering. That is what I said. It reduces the need of boilerplate code. Boilerplate code is nothing but the code which is repeated number of times. So compared to the view, function-based view from common list to display task. So whenever you want to display it, just use this list view class. So for this, what you require is a model. I just take one more definition here, but already given same definition here. So list view is a generic view class for rendering content of model. Model is nothing but database table and rendering into what? Template. So for this, what you require is a model. For this, what you require is a model. So list view, okay, list view class is existing. List view class is existing. Okay, Django dot views dot generic. And within this, you have a class called which one? List view. It is not a base view class. It is not a base view class. It is a generic view class. It is not a base view class. It is what? Generic view class. It is not a base view class. It is a generic view class. Okay, let us see the example here. So where I required one model here. Okay. So whenever you want to retrieve the data from database model, we can just take the help of list view. Okay. So create a project first. So create the project. So create the project first. After creating the project, now you are trying to create an application within the project. Okay. So then what you require is you require a model here. Okay, right? So here we are trying to use So keep it model ready. So here I install the application. So template path, define the template path. So where you're trying to put templates in this folder. So there is a base directory slash, what is that here? Templates. So then define the database here. And the database is some MySQL and database name. Define the database name. So in MySQL already we created one database. So use database 3. Okay, so there is a table called which one here? Person. Person table is there. So we'll use database 2. So database 2. So I'll select start from application 1 underscore employee. So this is there, and we'll try to insert some data. So we retrieve the data from this and values. So I'll give the employee number, employee name, and there is a job, and one more is a salary. So here I'm trying to insert more data. So here I'm trying to insert more data. Okay, right now this is a data available in application 1 dot employees. Okay, now I want to retrieve the data. I want to retrieve this data and display in the template. So I try to give the name of the database, and what is the database name is database 2. So database name is database 2, and then username. So database username is root, and database password, and what is the password is root again. And you try to define where your database is running. So that is nothing but some local host, and you are trying to define your database port number, and what is the port number? 3306. So database configuration is done. Okay. Then after that, go to the go to the models and build one model here. So what is the name of the model is employee, and here I'm writing models dot, and what is the name of the class is model class, and it is having same structure. We should have employee number, employee name. So we'll just describe. So application one underscore, what is the name of this employee, employee number, employee name, job, and one more is a select. So here I take employee number. So employee number is which type of integer type, and then here I'm writing a primary key equal to true, and next one is employee name, and employee name is which type of models dot. So this is some character field, and maximum length some 20. Then next one is job, and where I'm saying models dot character field, and here maximum length is 15. Yeah, you can use text field, but that is used. Yeah, you can use character field or you can use text field. So where char. Okay, where char. This is char. Text field is what? Where char. But anything you take in database, it will take where char only. So salary, and here I'm writing a models dot, and this is which field? Float field. Okay, now this is a model to which you are referring it. Okay, so you have to create with the same structure because you are referring to this model only. But what is the name is app1 underscore employee. Just give the same table name, and here you write class. Okay, class meta. So db underscore table. And what is the table name? app1, app1 underscore, app1 underscore. What is the name of this is employee? Because I'm referring to the existing table. If the table is already exists, no problem. Okay, but what we are doing it, we are trying to read it. Okay, what we are trying to do it, we are trying to read the data. So to from where existing model, we are trying to read the data from existing model. So what will happen when you do the migrations? See what will happen when you do the migrations here. Okay, so here I'm writing Python manage.py. So make migrations. Okay, make migrations. Okay, now this is migration created model called what is that here? Employee. Okay, right now then migrate it manage.py, and I'm just writing here migrate. So something problem, huh? Oh, Python. So here I'm trying to migrate it, but some problem here. Password, username, user root. uppercase है. Not required here. No, I've taken database 2. Database is 2 here. I've taken database 2 here. See, this is database 2. Use database 2. This database 2, I don't know why it is giving problem. Okay, this is database 2, not database 3. Not required. This is integer only. Anything you can use, localhost. So cursor. So see the migrations file here. Access denied. Yeah. Okay, so it is applied here, application 1. So just to see here. So it is created model, but it's not applied any migrations because already models are created. It is not applied anything because already models are created. Okay. So you can do again. So make migrations. So already applied here. Okay. Migrate. So already created. Means already all tables are created or not? Yes. Okay. So if it is not created, then it will create. If it is already created, then no migrations to apply. Right. So after this, now you have to give. Now here we changed it to which case? Uppercase. Okay, right? Then models. And then I want to create. I mean, I want to list the data. I want to list the data. I want to list the data. Yeah, I changed it. Okay, I want to list the data. And to list the data, what I'm doing is I'm trying to say from, okay, from model name. So application 1 dot models import. So what is the name of the model is employee. What is the name of the model? Employee. So there is a class. Okay, list the employees. Okay, list the employees view. What is the name of the view class? List the employees view. This will list the content of what? Employees. Okay, and this will inherit. So from Django dot views dot generic import. Okay, import. What is the name of the view is list view. Import list view. And here you have to define some properties. You have to define what? Properties. What are the properties you have to give? Model name. You have to give what name? Model name. And what is the name of the model is employee. Model name is what? Employee. The next one is you have to give the template name. In which template you want to render it? In which template you want to render? Are you overriding any methods like get to post? No. So get and post methods are there or not there? There. Okay. Because whenever you send a request, the request is processed by calling which method? Get method. The request is processed by which method? Get method. And that get method read. That get method read. That get method reads. You have to do migrations. I did that. I've done migrations here. After migrations only I said migrate. Okay. So template name. And what is the template name is? Okay, just give the name of the template. Okay, I'm just writing employee list underscore template dot HTML. And after that, you can define the context object name. You can define the context object name means generally what will happen? You retrieve the data from model. Okay, you retrieve the data from models here. What will happen exactly? Whenever you want to retrieve the data, you'll say employee dot objects dot all. Now this will return the query set or not? Yes. This will return the query set. And this query set you render into what? Template. To render this query set into the template, what do you write it? You'll say render. Okay, request comma. What is the template name is? Employee list template dot HTML comma. You define the context or not? Yes. Now this is context object name. You want to refer this you want to refer this query. You want to refer this query with what name? Okay, see, you are not writing this code. Who's writing this code? This code is already there in which view? List view. This code is already there in list view. You are just giving only model name. If you give model name, so what is the model name is employee. So it will take model dot. What is this? Model dot objects dot model dot objects dot. What is this? All. What is your model name is employee. If I give customer, then it will take this as customer dot objects dot all. If I give supplier, then it will take this as supplier dot objects dot all. So are you writing this code again and again? No. Are you writing this rendering process again and again? No. This is already written in which method? Get method. This is already written in get method of which class? Base class. And what is the base class for this is? View. And that view is inherited by which class? List view class. Now this code is already written. This code is already written in which class? List view class. You need to define only which model, which template, what is the object name. Which model, which template, and what is the object name. See here, context object name. You need to define context object name. If you don't give the context object name, what is the default context object name is model name. But it is always preferable to give the context object name so that you can identify this is my query set. This is nothing but what? Query set. What is the name of this query set is employees. That's all. That's all. What you have to do? You have to create one template. What is the name of the template is employee list underscore template dot html. So create a template here. So create a template. So create a templates folder, and within this template folder, okay, create a template. And what is the name of the template is employee list. Employee list underscore template dot html. Now this is a template, and in this template I need to render what? Data. In this template I want to render data. So here I'm creating table and table row and table heading, and just wanted to display employee number. So there is an employee number and employee name. So there is an employee number and there is an employee name, and you have a employee job. So there is an employee job and table heading, and there is employee salary. Now here I just define some border here. So after that I'm using a for loop. So for emp in, okay, what is the name of the context object? Employees. For emp in, what is the name of the context object is employees. See here, what is the context object name is employees. Here employees is nothing but what? Query set. What is employees in this case? Query set. What is employees in this case? Query set. It is a query set where you read the result of executed query. Where you read the result of executed query. Okay. You are trying to insert, create table row. So table column, emp dot employee number. Okay, table column. So emp dot employee name, and table column emp dot, what is the column name is job. So emp dot, one more is a salary. That's all. Okay, right now this is listing all the data, and for should end with end for. So there is end for here. So for is begin and for is what here? End. Correct? Yes. Then after this, go to the urls.py, and here you define the path. So there is a path here. So this is emp list, and give the list class name from application one dot. So views import emp list view. So list employees view, and make this as a callable. Make this as a callable. Okay, right? So make this as a callable by using a method called what? As view. It will return one function, and that function create the object of which class? List employees views class, and then invoke the get method. So if the request method is get, then it will invoke which method? Get method. If the request method is post, then it will invoke which method? Post method. Okay, if the request method is get, then it invokes get method. If the request method is post, then it invokes post method. So run the server here. Anything? Okay, run the server. So what is the name of this? Is employee list, and you can see all these employee details. So this is employee number, employee name. So there is an employee number, there's an employee name, employee job, and employee salary. Okay, right? But here we just given only what we are given only model name, template name, context name. Otherwise, what you have to do? Suppose if it is function based view. So yeah, if it is function based view, okay, list employee. So this is list employees. Now this is function. Now request, and then what you have to do? You have to read the data. You have to say query set equal to employee dot objects dot all. So this is when if it is function based, you have to write every code. The code has to be written by you only. Okay, and after that you have to say response. After that you have to say response. Okay, response equal to render. Okay, you have to say request comma. Okay, request comma employee list. Okay, employee list template dot html, employee list template dot html, and then define the context parameter name. And what is the context parameter name? Employees. Context parameter name is employees, and what is the object is query set. Okay, then return. Okay, return response. But are you written this code? See here in class template, are you written this code? No. You just given only model name, template name, object name. But here I have to execute the query. I have to render it because this is a part of get method. This is already written in which method? Get method. You are just telling it. You want to read from which model and in which template you want to render, and what is the context object name. See here, this is difference between class-based view and what? Function-based view. Here you are writing in function, but here you are writing in class. Yeah, tell me. Condition. Yeah, I'll tell you. So here you can define URL. I'll tell you that also. So here there is one more view. What is the name of this is list employees. I'm just giving a path. Okay, EMP list one, EMP list one, comma, list employees. So list employees is which view? List employees is which view? Function based. List employees is which view? Function based. So yeah, this is function based, and this is which one? Class based. But here, this request is processed by calling which method? Get method. This request is processed by calling which method? Get method. So here I'm writing EMP list one, EMP list one. Now can you see the list of data or not? Yes. So boilerplate code is nothing but the code which has been repeated again and again. So this code you have to repeat it again and again. That can be avoided. That can be avoided. You don't require to write this code again and again. This code is there in which class? Super class. You have to give only the inputs from which model, which template, which object. Okay, which model, which template, and which object. Understood? Right. Now I want to retrieve the data based on the condition. I want to retrieve the data based on the condition. Then how can I retrieve the data based on condition? Filter. I want to filter the data. Then what you have to do is you have to override one method. You have to override one method called get context object. You have to override one method called which one? Get context object. Because whenever get context object is nothing but, okay, it is a method which is executed by get method. Okay, get context object method is executed by which method? Get method. And that get context object get the data from where? Model. Okay, model, and then return which object? Context object. To which method? Get method. And get method will render this context object within the template and send a response. Okay, so which method you have to override? Get context object. You have to override one method, and what is the name of the method is get context object. You have to override one method called get context object, or sorry, get context data or get query set. Sorry, you have to override one method called which one? Get query set. Get query set is a method, and this get query set is a method which is a method of which class? List view class. And this get query set, using this method, you can filter the data. What you can do? You can filter the data. You can filter the data and get context data. You can add more data. You can add what? More data. But if you want to customize it, now how to customize it? How to customize? I'll copy the example. Okay. What is the syntax is? The syntax is you're trying to write class-based view by saying a class, and what is that? Class name, and this inherit which class here? List view class. And here you define some properties, attributes, that is model name, and second is template underscore name, and you define the template name. Okay, then next is you define the context object name, and you define your own object name, context object name, and here you override some methods. What is the name of the method? Get a query set. Okay, there is a method called get a query set, and this is an instance method, and this is having some variable length arguments, and it is also having which one? Keyword arguments. It is having variable length arguments and keyword arguments, and here this is used for customizing. Okay, this is used for customization of which one? Query set. This is customization of query set. You can do it by overriding which method? Get query set method, and there is a method called get context data. Okay, self and store variable length arguments or keyword arguments. Okay, so this is optional. Okay, and here this is used for adding more data to which one? Context object. If you want to add more data, you can add it by using get context data, and you can customize the query set by using get query set. You can customize the query set by using which method? Get query set. You can customize means you can add more data to the existing context object by using get context data. So these two methods will try to override it. Okay, filtering data is done by using this. Okay, so this is passing some extra information. Filtering and ordering. Okay, filtering and ordering can be done using this. Okay. So override the get query set method to return a specific filtered or ordered subset of objects instead of all. An additional context data override get context data method to pass extra information like a form or additional data to the template. Okay. Now, for example, I don't want to display all the employees. I don't want to list all the employees. Now this will list all the employees or not? Yes. But I don't want to list all the employees. I want to list only managers. I want to list only managers. Okay, then I'm saying class, list the employees. Okay, list the employees view one. I take list employees view one is which view here? List view. Okay, list employees view one is which view? List view. And what is the model I'm using? The model which I'm using is employee. What is the model I'm using? I'm using a model called employee, and then I'm defining the template name. Template name. In which template you are rendering it? Employee list. Same template I've taken. Employee list template dot HTML. Okay, so this is the template name. Okay, then context object name. I'm taking same. Context object name is what? Employees. But are you displaying all the employees? No, you're not displaying all the employees. Now here, you'll try to override. What is the name of the method is get query set. There's a method called get query set. Get query set. is a method, and it is an instance method, and this will get the query set of, you are saying return super dot get query set. This is default code. But are you override this method or not? Yes, you override this method. When you override this method, what you're doing it, you'll write it. What you're writing it, query set equal to model. What is the model name is here? Employee. Employee dot objects dot employee dot objects dot. What is the name of this is filter? Where you are saying job equal to manager. Job equal to what? Manager, and return. What you written here? Query set. So you return the query set to which method? Get method. You are returning the query set to which method? Get method. Because this get query set method is called by which method? Get method. Because listing is nothing but handling which request? Get request. Are you writing the data, reading the data, reading the data? You are not writing the data, you are reading the data. So which method is override? Get query set. And here I'm saying employee.objects.filter, where job equal to manager, and return what here? Query set. Now define the URL for this. Go to URLs, and this is path. See, a same template I'm using it to render the different objects here. Employee list 2. So EMP list 2, and so what is the name of the list view? So the name of the list view is list employees view 1 as a view here, as a view. Okay, but here you are trying to render it. Means you are trying to render only specific data, but not all the data. What is the name of this is employee list 2. You can see only which employees are there, only managers. Which employees are there, only managers. Is it all the employees are there or only managers? Only managers. Getting, getting or not, right? So if you want to filter the data, you're trying to filter the data. You're trying to filter the data by overriding. What is the method you are overriding? Get query set. And get query set. But here it is hard coded or not? Yes. For example, I want to read based on job which is sent. If I send job is manager, then it should list managers. If I send a job is clerk, then it should list what? Clerk. If I send a job is a HR, then it should display HR, right? Then how can I send the data to this view? You can send the data to the view as a part of request object, or you can send as a part of view as a part of which one? Captured parameters. You can also use which one? Captured parameter. See, if you see this list view class, you can see this list view class, if you see, right, it is having a lot of methods. If you see, so this is, I think here you can see complete, see here, all these methods here. These are the attributes. How many attributes are there in list view? See here, this is predefined class. List view is which class? Predefined class here. How many things are there here? See, suppose if you don't give the template name, by default it will try to use a template name with suffix with what here? Model name underscore list. If you don't give the template name, okay, it will refer to one template with what name? Model name underscore what? List. Model name underscore what? List. See here, model name underscore list. So that is the default template name, which is suffixed with what here? List. You can see all these methods. See how many methods are there here. So there is a get method, there is a dispatch. Dispatch method calls which method? Get method. You can see there is a method called get query set. There is a method called get query set. See here, if you see this get method, now this is the logic. Now if you see the logic of this, what it is doing, it is trying to read the what it is trying to read. See here, it is calling which method? Get query set. Who's calling the get query set method is get method. So it is written the object name or not? Yes, it will return the query set, and that is assigned to one list. That is nothing but object list. And then if not allow empty, some checking some, and if it is empty, you're doing like this. Otherwise, you're generating a response by just giving class name, which class might be it is a template class name, and self dot get context data, and it is adding that as a part of this and generating which one? Response. Who's generating the response? Generating response by one method called render to response. Now you can see get query set. You can see the method called get query set. This is a query set. Okay, now you're saying query set equal to self dot query set. Okay, now if each instance query set is a query set type, you are saying query set dot all. Now self dot model is not none. Then you are saying model default manager dot all. Model dot default manager dot all. So it is customized. But this is the code which is already written. Means you don't require to write the same thing again and again. You don't require to write the code again and again. Tell me. Get it? Yeah. So that is now get object underscore 404. Get underscore object underscore 404. So HTTP response 404 indicates resource not found. It means you are querying the data and that record is not exist. Will it generate any response? No. I'll discuss about that request response codes. Response codes once we move to REST API. But see, this is the documentation. See, this is the documentation where you can find, you can explore it. What you can do is you can explore how exactly it will work. All these are the methods which are there inside which class? List view class. Now, whichever method you want it, you can override it. Suppose even though if you don't give the template name, it will by default refer to the template name, which is suffixed with what? Underscore list, but prefixed with what? Model name. Suppose your model name is employee, then it look for the template with employee underscore list dot HTML. It will look for the template with the name employee underscore list dot html. Yes. Now what I want is I want to send data. Now there is a get is there. See here, get request, get method is there. Now this get method is having request and start star arguments and star keyword arguments, which contain the key and this is having what? Key and values. This is having key and values, right? Now you need to read that value and you need to send it to what? Get query set method. So get query set method, it should receive the data, right? Get query set. This is a get query set method. And this get query set method get by default it will get what here? All. But you don't want all. You want only specific. Means you want to send the values dynamically. Then what do you do it? You override which method? You override which method? Get method. Because who's calling the get query set method is the get query set method is called by which method? Get method. Get query set method called by which method? Get method. Getting or not? Okay, get query set method is called by which method? Get method. But by default, get query set method, is it sending any parameters here? No, it is not sending any parameters. Getting or not? You are not sending any parameters. You are not sending any parameters. So generally, list view is yours. See, this is context object name. Okay, and you are trying to define pagination and query set, response class, and all these things. Okay, so let me. Okay, I want to list only specific, not all the data. Generally, that is done by using one more view. And what is that view? Is details view. But this is which view? List view. List view means always it list complete. Because what is the default data it is getting it? All. Okay, what is it? What is the code it is written in query set is all. See here. In the query set, is it retrieve all or specific? All. All. See here, all. Then only you go for which one? List view. So if you want a specific, so these are generic, right? Now if you see this one, okay, detail view object, render the details view object. But this is model instance lookup from self.query set, but the view will support display any objects by overriding self.get object. Just to see this one. Otherwise, let us finish this. But you understood this one, right? Okay. Now, if you want a specific, then what you're doing? Suppose list employees. Okay, list. See here, list employees. List employees view 2. And this is which view? List view. And here, what I'm doing is I'm overriding which method? Get method. Generally, you don't override get method, but here I'm overriding which method? Get method. Why I'm overriding a get method? Because I want to retrieve the specific job. I want to retrieve the specific job. I'm saying self comma what? Request. Because it is an instance method. Arguments and star keyword arguments. Arguments and keyword arguments. And here define the model name. What is the model name is here? Employee. What is the employee? Model name is an employee. See here, what I'm doing is I just override which method here? Get method. In get method, I'm saying self request star arguments and star arguments. But see, what I'm doing is I'm trying to override which method? Get method. I'm trying to override which method? Get method. So where I'm saying, okay, here I take one variable. And what is the name of the variable? Job. So what is the default job is? None. What is the default job is? None. And I'm saying here job equal to, if you're sending as a part of request, you're saying request dot, okay, request dot get. And what you're trying to read here? Job. You are reading the value of job. And the job is which variable? This job is which variable? The job is which variable? Class variable. The job is which variable? Class variable. And here, see, this is predefined logic. This is what here? Predefined logic. It's not a user-defined logic. It is a predefined logic. And you are sending this job. You are sending this job. See here. List employees views to dot job request dot get dot job. You read the job. Okay. After reading the job, okay, what you need to do? You need to. Is it this method should call the get method of which class? This method should call the get method of which class? Super class. Okay. So it will call this, but it should call the get method of which class? Super class. I'm saying here return. What I'm saying here return super dot. Super dot. What is the method is get. What you're sending request. What you're sending request. Get you're sending a request. And then I'm trying to override. What is the method I'm overriding? Get query set. Okay, get query set. Now in this, what I'm writing, I'm saying query set equal to employee. What is the model name is? Employee dot objects dot which one? Filter. Where I'm saying job double equal to which job? Given job. So list view 2 dot job and return. What you are returning here? Query set. Now what is this is? This is a column name or not? Yes, this is a column name and this is what? Class variable name. This is a column name. Sorry, this is a column name and this is which variable? Class variable. See here, I override get method and this get method read. What is get method will do? This get method read the data send. What is the job? What is the value I send here? Job. And that will call which method? Get method of which class? Super class. And get method of super class call which method? Or get method of super class calls which method? Get query set. And that get query set returns what? job. Okay, that is return query set. Now you have to override how many methods? Two methods. One is get method and one more is a get method and one more is get query set. Get method and one more is get query set. Understood? What is the method it will call first? Whenever you send a request, the request is processed by calling which method? Get method. And in get method, you are getting what? Job. You are getting the job and then you call the get method of which class? Super class. Because that is a method which calls which one? Get query set. In get query set, you are getting only the employees whose job is what? Given job. The job is given job. Okay, right? So just try to understand here. Now write URLs. Write URL here. Template is given a template name. So if you don't give the template name, it look for which template? Model model name underscore list. Model name underscore what? List. Suppose I have not given template name. What will happen is, will it rendering is happened or not happened? Happened. Okay, in one template, I have not given template name. You can see the error. If I don't give the template name, so what is this EMP list 2? I'm sending by concatenating with URL. How you send it? By concatenating with URL by with a question mark and then followed by job equal to what? Manager. Okay, job equal to manager. Okay, now you can see EMP list 2 and job equal to which one? Manager. But I think our template name is same. What is our template name? URL is not saved. Template name is given. I think this is 1 or 2. 2, right? List view 1 or 2. This is 2. One or 2. What is the name of the class is? 1 is already over, right? List employee view. What is the name of the class here? Only one is there. Okay, right. Okay. Now to this, you are sending the job. But how you are sending the job? As a query string slash. What is the name of this is? EMP list 2. So to this, you are sending the job. But how you are sending the job? Question mark. Job equal to manager. So there is an error here. Why error? I say no. It is looking for what? What it is looking for? Template. What is the template is there or not there? Not there. It is looking for template. So what is the get parameter job equal to manager? So it is given error. Why it is given error? Because the template is exist or not exist? Not exist. So it is looking for a template. See, this is complete execution process. It is looking for the template, but is it this template is exist or not exist? Not exist. It is looking for the template with what name? Or it is looking for template with what name? Model name. See here, it is looking for template with model name. See here, employee underscore list dot. See here, employee underscore list dot HTML. What is it? This is exist or not exist? Not exist. You have to create it. You have to create. Otherwise, use. Already we created template or not? Yes. Use the template. Go to the where is that view, and here give the template name. It will create. You have to create a template with predefined name. Okay. It will not create template. You have to create it. But our template name should be what? Model name underscore list. Model name underscore list. Just give the template name. What is the template name? Template name equal to tell me employee list. Employee list underscore template dot HTML. This is the name of the template. Now send a request. Job equal to manager. Is it there? No employees. No employees with manager. There are not there. Get a job. Now request is sender. Employee list to job equal to manager. Request dot get dot job. And here we'll just print here whether we are getting or not. We'll just print a value of job because is it value is coming or not? We'll just check this. Okay. Now send a request. Job equal to manager. Now you can see the value of job is what? Manager. Then I said super dot get request dot get I said request, and that will call the get method of which class? Super class, and that will call get query set. Now what we'll do is here we'll print what will print what I'm printing query set, so that I want to know it whether data is coming or not. Yes. How many objects are there? Two objects. Perfect. But why it is not rendering? See how many objects are there? Two objects. Where is the mistake? employee list, job equal to manager, right? So yes, query set is having two. Now get the manager. See here, first it is called which method? Get method. Then called which method? Get query set methods here. Who called get query set method? Get method of which class? Super class. Then I written which one? Query set. Yes, one thing is missing. Tell me here, which name? Context. What is context object name? Employees. Okay, how you are reading, how you are referring this context name is employees. Otherwise, model name. Object name is what? Model name. Now it will come. Now you can see only managers. Understood? So you can send it. If you want, you can write one input box and you can enter the job and you'll get related jobs. Okay, na? So this allows you to write the same code again and again. Understood? Right? So what is your query set name is employees. How you are referring the query set with what name? Employees. If you don't give the context object name, what is the default context object name? Model name. But you try to give your own name. So try to give your own name. Otherwise, you'll be confused. It will create predefined name. Suppose if template name is not there, template is not there. It look for which name? Model name underscore list dot html. If that is not there, it generates what? Error. But it look for one template name. It look for one template name with the suffix as what? List. Understood? Okay. Now this is called as which view? List view. Now you can also paginate. Pagination means you can display in multiple pages. You can display in multiple pages by just giving pagination. And you can also use order by, means you want in ascending order or you want in what? Descending order. That can be done by using employee.objects dot and you can use what here? Order by. So whether you want in ascending order or in descending order. Query set dot order by which column? Employee number, employee name, job, or what is that? Salary. So I think you understood this list view. Okay, so this avoid writing the same code again and again. Very easy and very much useful. And you can also add more data by overriding which method? Get context data. Get context data. You can add more information. Okay, I'm just copying this here. Okay, yes. So I'll copy this. I think you understood this. Any understood or not? Okay. So tomorrow I'll tell you how to work with another view. And what is that view is details view. So tomorrow we'll try to see more views. Delete details view, edit view, delete view, create view. I'll try to tell you all so that we'll go for next topic, right? So today we'll stop it here and tomorrow we'll continue this, right? Thank you. Right. बोलो यार. हाँ, हमारा कौन सा वो? Yes, those are class variables. Those are predefined. You have to use same name. Query set name, object name. आप context यहाँ पे भेज रहे हैं ना? इसका नाम देते ना यहाँ पे. उसका नाम दे रहे हैं. A my लिखा ना है. View, function view लिखा नाम है. Generally क्या करते हैं आप? You get the data from employees and render it. Render with some name, right? This query set you refer with one name, and that name is nothing but context object name. Query set. This is context object name. Key. Yes, yes. Huh?